the most underpaid players this year in the NBA. Now, we are going to start with number 6. Number 6 on this list, we're going to skip right ahead.
Who compiled the list?
Rajon Rondo, complex.com was the website. I was thinking of complex.com, compiled the list. Rajon Rondo is at number 6. I believe we have a few pictures of the, oh boy, he went to Kentucky. Mm-hmm. So here are the numbers on him.
He went right, the Wizards, like we were going to take him, and I was like thinking that was going to be great. And then we made some horrible decision and took someone else, or maybe Weather right before us. But I went into that draft thinking, man, I hope we get Rajon Rondo.
27 years old. Next year, he is set to make $12 million. He led the NBA in assists per game from 2011 to 2013. Overall, he's 46 on the list of the top 50 highest paid players. Underpaid or just right? What do you think?
I mean, underpaid in the sense, but like the reason why I'm not into this list is because...
Try to get into it, we're covering it.
No, but the perspective is all off because now, because of the caps on contracts, guys aren't making as much money. So, like, he's underpaid because he didn't have an opportunity for somebody to overpay him. So now, the perspective is off. Like, I would have kept... What's interesting about this list is incredibly valuable players in the NBA making less than $5 million a year or something like that. Yeah, Rondo is very good value. He's a dynamic, game-changing player. And I don't like the Celtics. You know, I got no interest in the Celtics being good. But
why?
Because they're the Celtics.
So what?
They all seem like
Who cares?
Racists. They always have.
Is that like your Lakers point? Is that what that is?
No, this was on something else. I don't know if you heard it.
What?
Racist. They all seem like racists.
Oh,
the
racist.
Fans,
Didn't hear that.
Yeah, so
Didn't hear that.
Like Lakers point.
I mean, how do they have that many white guys for that long? Like, it's not true anymore, but, you know.
At number 5, Jay, let me get your take on this. Steph Curry, next year he is set to make 19.4, excuse me, 9.9. 19 would be ridiculous. $9.9 million. There is Steph Curry. Fantastic player. Last year he averaged 23 points per game, 7 assists per game, 25 years old. The obvious concerns are his ankles. Ankle injuries could...
Look how skinny he is.
Can we go back to that
baby
picture?
Face. Yeah, that's another thing, too. Like, he gets away with looking like such a kid. You're like, this guy's killing me.
Yeah.
You look at him on the court.
Yeah, he was fun to watch. Even last night. I mean, that was a fun game to
against
watch.
the Clippers.
That was like that game felt like it was played in the '70s.
Yeah,
felt like David Thompson and George Gervin.
Yeah, I'd have been excited every time he put up a shot, like I usually am when I watch.
He doesn't look skinny
Warriors
right there.
Games. But like only when they're playing the Clippers I'm like, oh no, he's shooting again. Oh no. But when he's shooting every other time, I'm like, oh, everything is going in. I forget which game it was in the playoffs.
Knicks.
Oh, it was the most fun game to watch.
That was. It's fun to watch shooting clinics like that. Yeah, totally.
All right. It looks like he really doesn't know what he's doing, but he knows exactly what he's doing.
Dan Gilbert's guy, Kyrie Irving, comes in at number 4 on the list. Next year, he is set to make $5.6 million.
Again, it's not interesting. He was the number 1 pick. He signed the rookie scale max for the number 1 pick, and that's what he's making.
I believe this is not his rookie contract.
No, it's his rookie contract.
Is it still his rookie contract?
Yeah,
okay. 21 years old is Kyrie Irving. Last year, 22 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 7 assists per game. Those are fantastic numbers.
Yeah, for a kid.
For a kid who's really good.
He doesn't even look like a kid. Like you can see that. Like I'm reading way too much into it, but like he's ready to. Like I would say, he's ready to lead. Like that guy's ready to lead men on a team.
While we're rolling, let's go to number 3 on the list. Russell Westbrook, a UCLA product. Ben. Last year, he did. 23 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, 7 assists per game, 24 years old. He is 22nd on the top 50 highest paid list, the 50 highest paid players in the NBA.
Yeah, I love Russell. I love him at UCLA. I love him now. I wish he'd not wear fake glasses. But he seems.
He always brings this up.
But
always.
Because it's part of a.
Because I wear glasses.
Isn't there a little phoniness about Russell Westbrook that is sort of irritating? I don't know.
No.
I'm not. Anyway, I hope he comes back.
That dunk.
I hope he comes back well.
Now, Kevin Durant is number 2 on this list. It might be a little surprising, but
he's going to have 2 weeks for Russell Westbrook.
He is set to make $17.8 million next year, 28 points per game. Last year, 8 rebounds, nearly 5 assists per game if we're rounding up, which none of my high school teachers did. And for the top 50 highest paid players, he is 15th right now. Obviously, as Ben said, we are in a salary cap era. If he were to not be in that era, that's an awesome photo. If he were to not be in this era, he would obviously make $30 to $40 million. If he
Yeah,
were
like
if it were the baseball market,
It
he
was
would.
an open market, right? He'd play for the Lakers and he'd make $48 million a year.
All right, lastly, LeBron James, to no surprise, is number one. But here's the thing: can you make a point that he's underpaid at $19 million?
Sure. if
$19
you're-
million a year?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because he's the best player in the league and he's not the highest paid player in the league. So
Ninth highest paid player.
he
Yeah.
got a deal. He's.
Yeah.
But again, he had a max contract that he could sign. He actually took a little less than the max contract there.
So they could sign other
So
players.
they could make all that happen.
I always love hearing about that. Tom Brady did that a lot, so they could sign Randy Moss and others. I mean, I like hearing about
it.
that.
It is great. Those guys, the LeBron exceeds the $19 million he makes with the Heat in other deals.
Sure.
So,
Definitely.
Like Samsung and Nike.
yeah, he's doing okay.
Do you guys enjoy those commercials? I'm sorry, side note.
Yeah. The new Nike commercial of him
Nike
running.
was running the whole city.
I probably like it because I like John Legend. And he's singing.
I don't pay any attention to him.
And then the Samsung commercials where he's showing his kids to do the same mimicking moves that he does. I don't know. Like I
You don't like it?
I actually tweeted about it. I'm not a Heat fan. I enjoy watching LeBron play. I don't root for him to win every year like he's going to.
Like that?
Yeah. But like again, when they win, I don't hate it. I'm very indifferent. I like watching good basketball.